What is happening, you guys? It is that time, leg day. It is the video that I've been waiting to record for a long time right now, because my main focus over this whole off season has been putting more size onto my legs. And personally, I believe that legs is that body part where, I mean, everything's like this, but legs even more so, is that body part where you've got to go all in, balls to the wall, none of this fucking reps in reserve shit. All in, ruin yourself, and then cope with the pain for a few days, let them recover, and then go again. And that's literally what I've been doing since I stepped off stage in November last year, with the goal to improve more sweep on my quads, more drop on my hamstrings, bigger glutes, bigger calves, just all over, because it's that important nowadays. You look at a lot of the successful classic physique competitors out there, and everyone has that ultimate X frame. And I've got a relatively sort of wide physique, but I want to exaggerate that taper as much as I possibly can, and that means wide shoulders, small waist, big legs down the bottom. So that is going to be the goal, and I'm going to take you through exactly what I've been doing week in, week out, twice a week, to try and grow my legs. So yeah, we're just doing 15 minutes warm up. I don't count this as cardio. I'm literally just getting the blood going, getting a little bit of a sweat on, and yeah, then we're going to go and unleash some hell. So it's going to be sick, so enjoy the video. "15 minutes, time to go." We're going to start on some calves, because I believe that every single leg day I should always be doing 2 calf movements, one at the start, one at the end, and that is exactly how I'm going to be approaching this session today. 1 calf movement at the start, 1 calf movement at the end, and yeah, we're going to get after it. Kicking things off, seated calves to start with. Nothing too crazy, but I think a lot of the time with calves, they're a body part that a lot of people complain about and say, oh, my calves won't grow, and it's like, how are you training them? If you're just throwing them on the end of the session and training them like a fanny, they're not going to grow. Same as your chest or your back or anything wouldn't grow if you trained it like that as well. So I always make sure I'm hitting some calves at the start, because it doesn't take anything away from the rest of the session, and then I'm going to hit one to finish as well. So we'll do like a seated to start with, and then maybe a standing to finish, something like that. I like 15s for calves, 15 reps. Still get a decent bit of weight on as we build it up, but sticking to that more higher volume rep range, it just gets that pump going, the burn's just serious, and they're blowing up within 3 or 4 sets. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. That got heavy real quick, Jesus. These Panata machines, man, no joke, they go from feeling really light to like ridiculously heavy. That felt horrendous. All good though, all good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. A lot of people, when they come to do calves as well, as they kind of just let their form get a little bit messy. I think, like I've said on every video on the channel so far, everything should be a good stretch, good squeeze. So you need to think about when you're coming down and that ankle's flexing, you're stretching that calf muscle out. You need to stretch that muscle nice and fast so that it really, really is forced. Then when you drive it up, you get that crazy contraction. And if you think about like the more range of motion, the more muscle fibers you're going to hit. Muscle fibers you're going to hit, the more your body's going to be forced to grow. So yeah, don't skip it out and just start bouncing the way. It's not going to really do anything. It's not so bad at the end of a set, but yeah, you want to get them clean reps in. Oh, that's burning, 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 burning. I just feel like when I'm hitting calves at the start of a leg workout, it's just like me getting ready for war, because the real war doesn't start just yet. I'm gonna do 1 more set on this, get a bit of a drop set going, just get some good blood going in them, and then we'll move on to the bit more intense stuff. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now right now is where I'm gonna add them like pump focus reps in. Half the weight, let's get more reps now. Blood flow, 6, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, oof. It burns. Oh, this machine takes so much setting up. So moving on and into like what I would count as the first exercise of the session. We're hitting a seated ham curl. I always like to start with a hamstring exercise when I'm about to smash the whole of my legs, because I just feel like it helps warm my knee joints up and gets my hamstrings nice and warm, nice and fired up, because often they're quite tight. I do get regular massage work done, but I just find that when I do a few sets and reps on the ham curls before I do anything like squat based, I just feel so much better, warmer, and more mobile. So this is where we're starting. Get probably 3 working sets on this. This is where the cherry breeze starts going in as well. Right, here we go. Start working. Something I will mention before I hit a few more sets on the hamstring curl is that I see a lot of people just thrashing the hamstring curl about. That's got its place, but it's at the end of your sets when you're physically that fatigued that you can't do it anymore. You're just grinding them last few reps out. To start every single set, you want to imagine it like you're doing a preacher curl on your own biceps. You're contracting that muscle and then stretching it out. Exactly the same with the hammy curls. You're contracting that leg in, squeezing the hamstrings as hard as possible, and then controlling that way out. And then when you get to that point where you're completely burning out, then you can start thrashing it if you need to, yeah? So that's a real big one. If you want to get good, developed, hanging hamstrings, which a lot of people don't have, you need to get this locked in. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So I'm just pyramiding up on these, getting that 15 reps to start with. Just hit 12 there. Increasing the weight every single set. I go a little bit heavier again, shoot for around 10 reps, and the hamstrings will be on fire. 1, 2, 3. All right, moving on, hitting leg extension for the second exercise, guys. All right, so we put some blood in the hamstrings. They're feeling pretty pumped up. Now I'm gonna put some blood in the quads, and then we're gonna get onto the heavier movements. 30, 40, 50. So all I'm doing when I'm hitting this, sticking to 15 reps, I'm just getting heavier and heavier every single set, keeping the form absolutely locked in as tight as I possibly can, and just going up on the stack for probably 4 or 5 sets. I don't really know, depends on how it feels. I train very much off instinct myself. If something feels good, I'm going to rinse it as hard as I possibly can. If I'm not feeling something, I'll kind of get what I need from it and then move on. But if your mindset is in that zone and you think leg extensions are feeling absolutely insane today, it's like, let's kick them as hard as we possibly can then. So that's what I'm going to do, because this feels good. So 15 reps, and we're just going to keep going up as much as we possibly can. If anyone needs any perfect leg day shorts, by the way, these are like from the Essential range on Vanquish. You can wear these out and about because they're super minimal, but I love them for training legs. Got a nicely split down the side. All right, let's go. Good stretch, good squeeze. 2, 3, 4. That burns so badly. The point I will make as well while I'm still getting into this is when you're setting this, you want to make sure you get that right down, because the thing is, if you're only going to, let's say you're only going to like parallel, so 90 degrees, your quads are only stretching about this far up. If you go all the way down and that pad pulls me so that my legs are bending back on themselves, that full quad from literally my kneecap all the way up to my hip flexors is getting stretched. So it's bending my quads right the way back, then forcing me to use my full quad throughout the whole range of motion. So that's a massive one. Don't just sit on it like this and just extend from there. Not a lot's really going down. Get it right down, get full range of motion. So already my quads are loaded up right now. As soon as I extend this weight, that full thing is gonna be on fire. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 10. Oh, that was horrible, but I've got one more in me, I know, yeah. I want to get to that point where 15 reps is just like, pretty much can't do it, because then I know that from 10 onwards, it's just going to be hell on earth, you know? Then I'll maybe hit some squats. starting to really fill up and hurt, so I'm trying to walk it off, get the lactic acid out. This one's gonna toast them. I can already just tell with the way that they feel. When you're in tune with your body, you kind of just know that this one's gonna full send them, and then I ain't gonna be able to fucking bend them for the rest of the session. But that's what we want. Maximum blood in the muscle, volumize it as much as I possibly can, make it fucking grow. So that's the thing with your legs, you gotta force them. You can't just pussy about and expect them to grow like people can. Oh, I play football a couple of times a week, I don't really need to do legs. Oh, I do something else, I do something else. Always a fucking excuse. No, if you want big legs, you gotta train them. You gotta double up on them as hard as you fucking can every single week without fail. You can tell I'm getting into the session now, I'm starting to swear. I'm just getting psyched. Right, time to go. Here we go, big one. And the last few ones, man, they're where most people stop. They're the fucking best bit. Oh my God. I want to squat now. And I'll do a machine squat. I can't really barbell squat, I'm shite. Yeah, there's one there. I like Smith machine squats though. Fucking love them. The legs already can't move. They're very full, very full. Let's see how this goes. Oh, same goes on the squats or any form of movement like this, guys. The bigger the range of motion, the better it's gonna be. I'm literally trying to get my quads from right up here all the way down to there, all on that side, all on here. So I need to pretty much sit on my calves when I'm going down to the bottom and then drive all the way up to pretty much full lockout. I normally stop about there, because that's gonna keep the tension on the muscle. If you come up and just lock your knees out, all that tension that was on here is now pretty much gonna go on there. So just before lockout, about there, is about perfect, I think. I'm gonna get a couple of little warm-ups in on this just to get my body used to it, and again, just to make sure my knees are all good, because they can be a bit dodgy sometimes. Go again. Another thing I mentioned, just while we're still warming up before I can actually not talk any longer, is I personally don't believe that there's a best stance or best position to squat in or like press in or anything like that. It's very much just a case of doing what works best for you. If you feel great on a close stance, great. If you feel better off on a wider stance, great. However, if personally you want to try and build a little bit more on the inners, always go slightly wider. If you feel like you want more outer sweep, always go slightly closer, because it's not going to be a total game changer. However, just by altering that stance a little touch, you are going to place a little bit more tension on the place that you want to place it. So yeah, just bear that in mind when it comes to any sort of squatting or leg pressing. And yeah, you'll probably see your legs come up in size the way that you want to see them come up. Right, let's get a bit more weight on. Stop being a fanny. Right. Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna put my knee sleeves on, because this one may hurt. Said it before with like wrist wraps. I don't swear by these, but I do use them when the weight gets heavy. I wouldn't start on one plate and start doing them with sleeves on. But when it does get heavy, you can save your joints a lot of pressure and keep that tension on the muscle by using any form of support, whether it be wrists, elbows, knees. Obviously, my go-to is Gunsmith Fitness, who look after me with all of my lifting equipment. I've been with them for over 10 years. Quality is unmatched. These are extremely strong, yet very, very comfortable when I put them around my legs. It's not something where it just feels horrendous, because that is not going to get me what I want to get out of them. However, quality is next level. But I just can't even move my knees to try and get them on, because my quads are so sore. Mindset on. Let's fucking go. Oh, it's easy. One more. Oh, that's a good shit one. So I've worked up in weight, hit that top set right there. I'm gonna do one more like that, and then I'm gonna do a triple drop set, and that's where the real hell breaks loose. I'll do 3. I like doing 25 reps, so I'll do 5 reps with 3 plates, 8 reps with 2 plates, and then 12 with 1 plate. 25 reps to death. That certainly gets the blood flowing. And this is more so where I'm really trying to work on my legs. So every single time, and I'm right down at the bottom of that, I'm driving hard through my heels, and I'm really thinking about building that outer sweep. Like I've said to you in every single video so far, every exercise has a purpose. And this is very much when I'm up and I'm hitting them front shots and I'm pushing through the outer sweep, or when I'm on from the side and I'm thinking about the sweep on the quads, or from there, I'm thinking about that roundness to the quads. Every time I'm down there, I'm pushing up and I'm thinking about that every single rep. And that mindset just does not come out of that zone. I'm just all in, focus on that. I kind of just visualize myself on stage when I'm doing that, hitting them shots, and think, right, I've got to be in this, you know, I've got to really, really focus on what I want to get out of it to get the most out of it. So that's what's going through my head, through like the crazy eyes and all the other crazy shit that's going on. Fucking psychopath. Works off. All right, I want to do, like I said, one more with that triple drop. 5, 8, 12. See what we can do. Dangerous game having pre-workout before a set of squats, so I can see it all over the mirror. Triple H style, straight up. Oh, I also need to change the song because I've repeated this one about 3 times now. All right, we just got to get 5. Oh, it's easy. Yes. Easy. Oh. This is where you just close your eyes and go. There's more. Oh, it's very much like clean reps to start with, something that you can control and get perfect reps. Drop the weight, same again, drop the weight and just fucking send it as hard as you can. And if I can do 12, if I can do 8, do 15, I just go failure, you know? By that point, you've got a plate aside on. You can just, like I said, can't even remember what I said, but like fucking just shut your eyes and just go for it, you know? Less like thinking and just get down and get up until you can't anymore. Got a stitch. But this is the thing, man. I'm just trying to make most out of every single set and every single exercise while I'm still in off season. My food is at like an all-time high at the moment, so I put it out on Instagram actually, and people said I need to do a full day of eating, but let me know in the comments if you want to see that, because that's something that we can definitely do. And just as my food's quite high, sometimes people find it interesting to see what I eat. I always think, oh, I don't want to do it because it's boring. It's really repetitive and it's the same shit. But I know you guys might find it interesting. So yeah, while my food's high, sending it as hard as I possibly can in the gym, just maximizing every session before I do start prep, which I'm very excited for. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like eating a shit ton of food. I'd prefer to starve. You just go like this, and you're like, yeah, it's worth it. I'm shredded. When you're just full at the end of the night and you're just like, oh, I've still got another meal to go and it's 900 calories or something, and you're just thinking, what is life? But we got to do it if we want the size. Well, that's squats out the way. So what we got so far, we did calves, seated ham curls, leg extensions, Smith squats, and we're just getting into it. Right, now we need to see what's next. If anyone needs a pair of knee sleeves, by the way, I'll put the link in the description of this video to those knee sleeves, the extreme knee sleeves from Gunsmith. I'm pretty sure I'm wearing like a XL in these, and they're super tight, so they keep me proper locked in, and they're the best sleeves I've ever worn. I'm not biased, but they literally are. Barbell lunges, man, one of my favorites. Such a good old school exercise that you don't see a lot of people doing now. I watch like videos of like Jay Cutler and Sean Ray and all the old school guys doing barbell lunges, and talk about what I just mentioned there about an exercise that has a purpose. If you think about a barbell lunge, when you come down like this, you think about quads, hams, glutes, everything. You stand this position up, and I'm into my side pose for bodybuilding, you know, side chest. So when I'm doing that, I'm getting that sweep, I'm getting that drop, I'm getting the glutes, and I'm driving up from there. And every single time I'm hitting every single rep, I'm just thinking, locking that leg in, bang, hitting the side chest. And again, it's just an exercise that I connect with really well. So yeah, I love it. Here we go. So, point I'll make as well is, I saw this come from one of the greatest trainers of all time, Honey Rambod. He put a video out the other day, and it's something that I've always wanted to say myself as well. And I thought, when he said it in his video, I was like, I need to tell my guys this on YouTube as well. Is that, all right, so I'm like, 4 exercises deep into my leg session right now. And lunges, I don't want to overdo the volume when I'm already really warm, because then I'm just gonna over fatigue myself before I can actually do the heavy weight, you know? So I'll do 10, 12 reps or whatever I just did, just to get the sort of the range of motion, to make sure everything feels good. But I'm not just gonna do 20 reps or more just to make it hurt and make it burn. Like, I'd rather put more weight on and get that when it really, really counts, when I can really get that heavy weight to stimulate the muscle. So when you're warming up, if something feels like, yeah, this is quite light and it's not your first exercise, you don't have to always just rinse the volume as hard as you possibly can. Rather up the weight a little bit more, then kill it as hard as you possibly can. Shout out to Honey for fucking putting that out there. That was a perfect point. Come on. Oh, come on, 2. Oh, there's 1. Yep. Oh. No, that hurts. It's like cardio as well, man. Like 60 kilo on the bar, but for 20. Got a vein in off season. Legs feel so full. Feel like they're gonna break. I'll put a little bit more weight on. Try another 10. Bring out the reinforcements. Right. Come on. Oh, yes. Yes. Come on. Big legs. Big legs, big legs. Yes. Come on. Fuck me. This is what does it. Come on. This is does it. That's horrible. Challenge anyone to do that and not be fucking written off. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, everything. Small. Right, where are we headed? Hamstring curls. I've never used this one before actually, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it feels good actually. The pain in my quads does not feel good laying over the machine, but my hamstring feels all right, yeah. Oh. Yeah, it feels decent to be fair. Oh, just can't even fucking bend my legs to get out of it. This is where we get that home straight. Last proper exercise. I'm gonna do 3 sets on calves to finish and we're out of here. Last proper exercise before we do calves. The heaviest leg press and most awkward leg press known to man. That's why I like finishing on it. You don't have to use a great deal of weight. It feels ridiculously heavy regardless, and it's perfect for just pumping the outside of my quad sweep up. So yeah, that's how we're gonna be finishing this. Oh. That burns at this stage in the session. Not having to go too heavy, just really focusing on close stance, outer sweep. 4. 2 plates on this is heavy, man. Main thing I'm trying to do on this though is just try and keep that depth, keep that range of motion so I can get my legs as far down as I possibly can to get that sweep, because that is where I really want to bring out. I'm loving everyone, by the way, commenting, saying that they're trying some of the sessions. I saw one guy commented the other day, just tried this shoulder session, mate. I literally can't move. Like, it's been 2 days now and I'm wrecked, and I'm like, I love it. Like, I love that it's providing value for people, you know, because like I say, I wanted to try, my whole goal was to just try and keep it as raw and just real as I possibly can, and just show you exactly what like a pro athlete is trying to train like, really, when my mind's focused on improving my physique every single time I come into the gym. It's not just come in and go through the motions, it's come in and force myself to get better. No matter whether I feel great, whether I feel like shit, I still show up and I still get the work done regardless. And that's whether I'm in off season or whether I'm in prep, because the thing is, in bodybuilding, you either do that or get beat by someone who was doing that. And that's the fact of the situation. So you've got to be willing to show up on the good days, the bad days, the ugly days, where sometimes you don't even want to show up, but you still do, you get it done. And you'll never finish a session and think, I wish I didn't do that. So yeah, that's a motivational pep talk over. Time to kill the last part of this exercise. Finish on calves and we're out of here. Right, here we go. Focus, focus, focus. Yes. Yes. Easy. That's that done. All right, finishing up this session just how we started it, with calves. Standing calf raise this time. I'm gonna show you a little tip that I do whenever I'm hitting calves. I really like to internally rotate my heels and externally rotate my heels. Whenever I'm externally rotating, I'm really gonna push through this sort of part. Whenever I'm internally rotating, I'm pushing through the outer part. So I'll do 8 to 10 in, 8 to 10 out, and the burn on the full calves is just ridiculous, man. Perfect. All right, so start by turning my toes out, heels in. 1, 2, 8, 10. Now I'm going to turn my feet in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, feels nice. Needs a little bit more weight on though. So I think if you go too light on calves, you need something dragging you down, which makes that stretch even better, so then you can force yourself up. If it's too light, you kind of just fall into that bouncing sort of rhythm, like I said at the start of the session. Okay, 8 and 8 this time. 2, that's better. 3, 7, 8. 2, 8, 7, 8. Oh, that's the difference, man. These Panata machines are no joke. One plate feels so easy, but 2 plates aside and it's like ruins you. 2 down, 1 left. Normally get cheat meal after legs as well. Don't know what to get though. What's everyone's favorite type of cheat meal? What's your go-to? I know some people are pizza, burgers. Some people are like sushi. I love it all, me personally. I don't mind a Nando's. Always gets to it. And I'm like, don't really know what to have. But I just purposely have something that's quite high calories. Not too like dirty where I know I'm gonna feel horrendous for it. You've got to be smart with your choice as well and know something that digests well. And then, yeah, that'll be me wrecked for the rest of the night. One more set, let's finish it. Ooh. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, jeez. Come on. 3, 2, 6, 7. Jesus. I'm just trying to fling them at the end, to be honest. That has absolutely broke me. And that is a wrap. That is a wrap on legs. There's a leg session for anyone to try. If you like training relatively high volume, hardcore, that's what I'm doing to try and grow my legs, guys. Literally, I'm hitting them twice a week without fail every single week. I've been doing that since November and I know that they've grown. So if it works for me, it can work for anyone. Seriously, like there is no secrets to this game. That's what a lot of people really need to remember. Instead of searching for the next best thing, looking for a loophole of like the best exercise to do for this, that. Everything I've done is very, very basic, but I'm doing it with intent. Every single movement has a purpose behind it because that is what I'm trying to do to change my physique. I know that if I'm hitting hamstrings as hard as I possibly can, it's gonna get my hamstrings dropping lower. I know that if I'm squatting, I'm getting my quads from top to bottom. I'm trying to do everything with a purpose behind it and really, really just think about channeling every single bit of my energy into my legs to make them grow. So like I say, if I can do that, anyone can do it. A lot of it's just a mental battle, man. Don't think into the weight factor too much. Like, yeah, of course, move weight that's challenging for you. But yeah, give it a try, guys. You know the drill. Get in the gym, get intense with it, and train as hard as you possibly can. Eat big, get huge, enjoy life. That's the purpose, man. But yeah, last few sessions of the off season now, guys. So like I said, I'm trying to put as much focus on getting as much quality on my frame as I possibly can. And then, yeah, then it's gonna be time to start prep. So I appreciate everyone coming along the ride with me. I'm trying to document this off-season process as much as I possibly can to finish the journey off. And then we're gonna be documenting every single moment on the road to the stage, man. It's gonna be sick. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate the support. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, here's to getting massive legs.